Hey, what's up guys? We're here today at Equinox Gym in New York City. I'm actually here on a business trip, but I'm really excited because I'm gonna finally meet one of my fellow YouTubers who I just started working with, Reggie B Fitness. It's a smaller channel, but he's up and coming. He's trying to out-angle me in the back over here. He's a good guy. You guys are gonna start seeing a lot from him. For those of you who are on muscularstrength.com, you've already started to see a lot of the content that he's providing. And he's also going to be posting a 4-week bicep training program.
4 weeks.
4 weeks long.
4 weeks to get guns just like those.
Well, you're really far back. Why don't you do that flex a little closer? Boom! Look at those guns. He's gonna be putting together a 4-week program for you guys to help you incorporate training your biceps twice a week if it's a lagging body part for you and you want to start to see some significant growth. But for today, we're just gonna bro out because it's our first bro time, and we're gonna hit some traps and biceps. So the first thing we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna hit our traps, and we're gonna be focusing once again on the cheat and recover method. And just to be clear, every single set consists of a cheat and recover. So it's a total of 16 repetitions per set. And remember, guys, when you're doing the cheat, the goal is to use momentum to get through the concentric portion of the movement, but then you're gonna fight the negative on every single rep. We're gonna start off with some above the knee rack pulls, so it's gonna get really intense really quickly. So make sure if you're gonna do these, and you're lifting really heavy weight, that you're being safe, you're using wrist straps if you need them, and if obviously guys, if you're going super heavy, make sure you're using your belt. The first exercise is the above the knee rack pull. We're doing 5 sets, starting off with 315 pounds. And you guys are gonna notice right off the bat that I'm leaning forward a bit more than I normally would for a rack pull. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm trying to get my shoulders to drop in a neutral position as much as possible at the start of the movement so that I have a really deep stretch throughout my traps as soon as I lift that weight off of the racks. That's the whole goal here, guys. The whole point of doing this exercise is to get that real deep stretch to see significant trap growth. And as you guys can see, as I progress with the sets, we're on set 3 now. We're doing 495 pounds. Trying to increase the weight as much as we can each set, staying within that 6 to 8 rep range. To be honest with you guys, at this point, I wish I had a belt on so I could have done better repetitions. But I was in New York City. I didn't bring my belt with me, even though I should have. But hey, shit happens. We still lift some heavy weight. And you guys are going to see here in a second that I ended up finishing off with 6 plates on each side, which is 585 pounds. And at this point, I was really feeling the tension, but it felt great. My traps are growing because I am placing them under a heavy load. And as you guys know, your traps respond best to that super deep, heavy stretch at the bottom of the movement. Now, as you guys can see with this too, obviously I'm using my wrist straps and I'm resetting after each repetition. Still trying to get that neutral drop. You guys can see the intensity. My neck veins are out of control at this point during the workout. It's my favorite part of my workouts when the neck veins get out of control. It's like motivating for me to see them like that. It means I'm working hard, you know, but unfortunately, you know, not looking in the mirror at this point, so I couldn't see, but whatever. So last repetition, you guys could see it was kind of shaky. My core was starting to give out a bit, but it was still a good set. Next exercise, barbell shrugs. Now we are doing the cheat and recover, and we are doing 5 sets. Now you guys will notice that I'm leaning forward a bit, letting that bar drop just to about the top of my knees, and then I'm bringing it up and shrugging. And you guys can see here with Reggie doing the same thing, really focusing on those cheat reps, bringing the weight as high as possible, and then as soon as you finish all of your repetitions on the cheat, lower the weight and go right into the recover for 8 to 10 repetitions. There's no resting in between the cheat and recover. And as you guys can see on the recover set, you know, you do want to make sure that you're focusing on the concentric and eccentric portion of the movement as opposed to the cheat where you're just focusing on the negative. You getting tired on those, huh?
Nope. No time. Just focus. Mind muscle control.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
The last exercise we're doing is the rope face pull. Again, 5 sets with a heavy cheat and then a recover. And now we're doing 5 sets per exercise, so you're doing about 15 sets total, but because there is a cheat and recover, it almost boosts it up to like 30 total working sets. So it's a lot of volume. And as you guys can see with the cheat, the goal here is to skip the concentric portion of the movement and then squeeze and isolate and focus on controlling the negative. And as soon as you finish all 8 repetitions, you're going to drop the weight, get back down into position, and then for the recover, you're focusing on a nice tight contraction, focusing on that concentric portion of the movement, really pulling your arms back, feeling those traps activate. You can see Reggie's traps popping at the back of the movement. And here we are back to me. This is my recover part of the set. And now I'm just switching back and forth, guys, because I didn't want to have to show, every single rep that I did and Reggie did. So I'm kind of just playing with the editing right now. But every single cheat and recover is one solid set. All right, so we just finished hitting our traps. Now we're going to go into biceps. I'm going to let Reggie take over. I'm going to put his knowledge to the test. See if he can make these guys sore or not. I don't think he can. Just throwing that out there. All right, so what's first, Reggie?
Are you okay with 40s? 50s? What you want to do?
For the cheat?
Yeah. Are you able to do
I would probably do start off with 40s for me.
40s? And then we'll go down to 20s?
Yeah.
So you can feel that nice burn. Get that cheat set first. And then we move down to our knife set. Like I always say, if you want them biceps to get big like this, you gotta force them. They're not gonna come on its own. You gotta make them grow.
So we're starting off here with the incline dumbbell curl, doing 5 sets, cheat and recover. And the incline dumbbell curl, guys, if you've never done it with a cheat set, you can have someone stand behind you to spot you to lift your wrists if you start to get stuck. But you can still get a bit of momentum out of the bottom of the movement, out of the hole. If you let those weights drop and keep a slight bend in your elbow, that's going to allow you to get back to the top of the movement, even when you're starting to fatigue. This exercise is probably one of the exercises that I feel in my biceps the most, and it's a great exercise to start your workout off with. And as soon as you finish 8 to 10 repetitions, you're going to drop your weight. So we just did 40s. I'm going to drop it down to 20s and do the recover set. And on the recover set, we're going to go a bit slower, and we're going to focus on getting a nice tight squeeze at the top of the movement. This is going to allow us to ensure that we're really maximizing the weights to fatigue the biceps because we want to see some serious growth. That's the whole point of doing the cheat and recover. You do the cheat to overload your muscles as much as possible and really focus on that negative, and then you do the recover set to focus on both the concentric and eccentric portions of the movement to make sure you're really maximizing it. Next up is the preacher curl, and if you guys can do this with a workout partner, you're going to absolutely love the cheat and recover on this one. So as you can see, we're overloading the biceps. I'm literally just picking the weight right up for Reggie at the bottom of the movement so he doesn't have to waste any energy on the concentric, and he can really focus on controlling that negative all the way down on every single repetition. And that's what it's for, guys. It's the cheat. You can't use momentum on the preacher curl, so have somebody get in there, lift the weight to the top, and then you control the negative on all of your 8 to 10 repetitions. Then as soon as you're done, you're going to take the weights off and then start your next set. And when you start your next set, guys, this is the recover, so it's all about you. It's all about you focusing on getting as much activation in those biceps as possible. So we're doing a nice controlled concentric portion of the movement and a nice controlled negative as well. And throughout the entire time you're doing this, you have to make sure you're really squeezing those biceps. Even on the way down, keep those wrists curled up a bit and focus on squeezing those biceps, keeping the blood in the area, because that's the only way they're going to grow. They need to get maximum activation on every single repetition. Do not just drop the weight to the bottom on the negative portion of your movements, guys. That's not how you do curls. And to finish up the routine, we're going to do hammer curls. Again, 5 sets. Set 1's going to be the cheat. So as you guys can see, I'm using 65-pound dumbbells, and I'm using a bit of momentum to bring the weight up. And even though the weights look like they're going down pretty quickly, which they are, I'm fighting it as much as possible, and I'm squeezing my bicep as hard as I can Now, we know that this exercise doesn't target the biceps directly. It does activate the biceps brachii, but it's going to work more the brachialis and the brachyradialis, which is going to help you increase your bicep peak if you can make that muscle really thick. The brachialis is actually the muscle that goes in between your bicep and tricep. You can see it on the outside of your arm for those of you that are genetically blessed and have built this muscle up. So it's a really great exercise to toss into your bicep workouts. And again, once you finish the cheat, you're going to go into the recover, and you're doing, once again, 8 repetitions. And obviously, it's 8 repetitions per side when doing this movement. And you're really focusing on isolating that concentric and eccentric portion of the movement. You guys can see the veins popping through the shirt, which is a great sign that the workout is intense, okay? And I absolutely love wearing these shirts in the gym now. I bought in like 10 of them, and I'm slowly releasing them to you guys. So you've seen quite a few. You've seen Winter Soldier, you've seen Captain America, you've seen Superman. I got a lot more coming. You guys are gonna love it. And then as soon as you guys finish up with the hammer curls, obviously you're going to do 5 sets. And I wanted to get Reggie set in here real quick because Reggie's a good dude, and Reggie knows how to build the biceps. And that's why we're going to be delivering to you guys a 4-week bicep building plan. If you haven't already, go to my website, muscularstrength.com. All the links are down in the info section below. And his workout will be added to the site probably within the next few weeks. All about building biceps. It's going to be a program that allows you to hit your biceps twice a week and doing different exercises that allow you to focus on building the short and long head to ensure that you guys are growing. Nothing's better than having shirt splitting biceps. And as you can see, Reggie's shirt just exploded from the shoulders down. But then again, guys, make sure you check out Reggie's YouTube channel. It's Reggie B Fitness. Awesome guy. It was a pleasure meeting up with him in New York City. And this gym was amazing too. If you guys are ever in the city and need a gym to go to, you have to check out this Equinox. It is just phenomenal, super clean. Everyone was super nice in this gym, and we had a blast, and I can't wait to go back the next time I'm in New York City. Alright guys, that wraps up today's traps and biceps workout. Hope you had fun hanging out with us. If you want to give this routine a try, you have any questions, make sure you let us know down in that comment section below. Reggie, why don't you let them know what your YouTube channel is, where they can find you. You
can find me on Reggie B Fitness on YouTube, the next best in YouTube out there. Follow Scott Herman. Yeah, the next.
Yeah, the next. You know, I just want
next best YouTuber out there.
I just want to say something real quick. And you know, when I first started talking to Reggie, you don't have to say their names if you don't want to, but there's a couple big YouTubers that go to his gym that constantly pushed him to the side, saying his channel wasn't big enough to do a collaboration.
Yep.
And that really pissed me off because I love collaborating with people who are like-minded and provide quality content. I don't care if you have 2 subscribers or 2 million subscribers. And it just really changed my opinion of these people. And I just hope that you guys understand that when I bring people on this channel, it's because they bring in value for you, not just value for me and gonna bring me more subscribers because they have such a big channel. I don't care about that. If Reggie happened to have 10 million subscribers, cool deal. But the fact that he doesn't mean that he's not providing quality information.
And it's all about bringing that quality information. It doesn't matter whether it's, like you said, 10 million or 2. If you have great content, if you have great information, that's all that matters. And that's why we killed it today.
Damn right. So make sure you get those gains. Click that notification bell if you haven't already, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys.
See you later. Go.